welcome back. I know you've seen this machine before. This is the Suffolk Reelmow, 19 inch again. We're back on the 98cc engine. So sadly this week, no grass to cut, but a few little things we can do, fairly interesting. I've been having quite a think about this machine, so wasn't quite sure what to do with it. I haven't really got the time to completely strip it and paint it, but it does look a bit of a mess, I think. So the white lets it down, I think. So I think probably what I'm going to do is we're going to take the white parts off it and probably have those sandblasted, and we're going to repaint the white bits only, I think. Probably satin white or something, so it doesn't look new. I think the green, looking at it, apart from probably the engine, it's a little bit rusty round there. I think I could probably do something, but the rest of the green does actually look in quite good order. So I think if we just do the white bits, we don't make it look too shiny, with a service, I think it's going to look all right. So that's the plan. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to take the engine off, take the base off, and we're just going to have a quick look at the Suffolk centrifugal clutch, which is quite a nice little thing to have a look at. Very simple. So we're going to start with throttle cable off. They're nice and easy to get these engines off. Throttle cable off, 4 bolts on the engine platform, and all being well, with a little wriggle, we should get the engine off. So let's get on with it. So let's, I'm going to put the glasses on, then we can see what's what. Put the throttle cable out. There we go. So if all is well, normally these have got captive nuts on the bottom of the engine platform. And hopefully I don't need a spanner underneath. So we'll go on to the front too. As I said on the last video on this machine, we called it the mystery mower, simply because I'm pretty sure this was an export model. What's also quite interesting about it is on these later Suffolks, they, certainly on the corporations, they had the serial number embossed down the side there, so this one doesn't have it at all. I don't think it's too much paint, so it's sort of endorsing that this was probably meant for the export market. So, all being well, with a little wriggle, we can get this engine off. So, let's have a... There we are, look. One engine. So it doesn't come much easier than that. So we're going to take the centrifugal clutch off. There's a little pinch bolt here. What I'd like to do is service this clutch as well whilst we've got this off as well. So let's see if we can get this off. using a nice solid brass drift, but that's all I've got. I think it's coming now. Not very willingly. There we are, making a mess of that. Here we go. Right. So there we are. Suffolk centrifugal clutch. It's actually quite heavy, so it obviously acts as a bit of a flywheel as well. Nicely made. Shoes look in good order. What I really like about these Suffolk clutches, you can adjust the spring tension, so adjust either side, which a lot of clutches don't seem to have, so it's quite nice. But what they do tend to do is they rust up on the shafts a little bit, and they don't work quite as well as they should. So you probably need a vise for this. It would take the split pins out, take the pressure off the springs, probably some duck oil or something like that, WD-40, gently tap or prise the shoe off. What is interesting about these Suffolk centrifugal clutches, if you look at it and we rotate the engine, from the shaft side we've got an anti-clockwise direction. Now, I'm not quite sure why, but the Suffolks, you can see the way the shoes are. They're actually, most centrifugal clutches I've seen, the shoes are around the other way. But the Suffolk do it this way. But I suppose it probably shows you the force, the centrifugal force. But when they're right and easy to service, they work very, very nicely. So nothing to it really. Then you've got your nice brass oil light bush in the middle. When you assemble it, you could put a tiny bit of grease on, but wouldn't need much. And then obviously you've got your drum here, and being cast or forged, you can see it's all in quite good condition, maybe just a bit of a clean up. So I don't think that's going to need too much. On these corporations, or Reelmow as this one is, we've got a little pin that does wear. And I'm going to get my camera lady to come in. We can also see this one's been repaired. The safety clutch, they do wear the flats on that. Somebody's repaired that, but they seem to have done quite a good job of it. We turn it, there we are. It's closing up nicely. And obviously do check the pin that is down the middle there. And looking at it, it looks absolutely fine. This enables you just to obviously start it up, and you can just have the engine running and you can rev it up without the machine going. It's actually a safety feature, so if you hit something, that jumps out and supposedly saves the clutch and the engine. But I know this one's working well, so we don't really need to do too much to that one. It all seems to be working nicely. So I'm going to service the centrifugal clutch. We'll take the engine platform off. I don't anticipate any problems, but I think once we've got that and the handles off, it's probably all I need to do for now. really are quite nice mowers to work on these. Nice and simple. And not too many nuts and bolts. Very tight from there. There we are, one engine platform. So we've got that. So I think I'm going to take the handles off, throttle cable off, and probably I think we ought to do the wheel caps because they're white. So I think when those parts are painted white, good clean up. If I can do something with that, I think it's going to look all right. So let's take the throttle lever off. Looks like I've got a couple of plastic rollers to replace. Being a latest machine, this one doesn't have wooden rollers. This is correct. They should just flip off. There they are. They look rough, don't they? And the other side. Here we go. So I think that's all the white bits. Right, okay, so there we have it. I think all being well, depending on how I get on, I'm going to try and get the white bits painted, take the centrifugal clutch apart, clean and a little bit of copper slip on the pins. The engine did run, not sure whether I'm going to give it a good service or not yet, but anyway, so I think those are the important things. Hopefully I'm going to do those between now and the next video, and if so, next week it will be reassembled, and let me know what you think. Suffolk Reelmow, 19 inch, 98cc. I hope you enjoyed the video. Till the next one, thanks for watching.